Tokusatsu, taking the form of many shows including Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Metal Heroes. And today, a group of fans come together to review it for you as Toku Secrets.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Toku Secrets podcast presented by AnimeSecrets.org. I am your host, Nathan Nassau, and welcome to a brief news segment here on the Toku Secrets podcast, randomly assorted news of Tokusatsu, Ranot. And also, happy National Power Rangers Day, since even though this video might go up a little bit later, on a day or two later, as of the recording of this, it is August 28th of 2022, which has been officially, and August 28th has been officially dubbed National Power Rangers Day by Hasbro in celebration of that being the day that the very first Power Rangers episode ever, Day of the Dumpster, aired. So we want to wish you guys all a happy National Power Rangers Day. May the power protect you all. And not only that, but it is also, this past weekend has been the weekend of Power Morphicon. Unfortunately, none of us were there. Although we are hoping to possibly attend in 2024, hopefully. Especially if they bring back some of the
Captain
actors.
Marvelous comes back because I need to meet Captain Marvelous.
Yeah, they brought pretty big guest stars from Japan.
Yeah. I think that's Marvelous, and they had Black Condor, right?
Yep, they had the guy that played Guy, my favorite Sentai Ranger from Jetman. Not to mention my favorite Sentai Ranger ever. Sucks that he couldn't come, but I hope that he got enough attention that he'll want to come back. Apparently,
what I'm hearing is that two of our favorite Sentai actors were there, and we weren't.
Yeah. Apparently, Ryota Ozawa does look like he was having a good time here in the States, though, so I feel like he'd be tempted to come back.
He was having a blast. I saw like stuff on Instagram of him just hanging out. Homeboy looked like he was having a blast in America. Like he was sightseeing and chilling.
I'm surprised that the guy who played Geki from Zyuranger didn't come, because he came from like everyone from like 2014 to 2018. So yeah, hopefully he was like a regular guy to come. So hopefully, that happens with Captain Marvelous too. But it probably will, because Captain Marvelous is like a fan favorite. So
well, I think what happened with Geki, it might be COVID related as well.
Yeah.
One thing that conventions are now kind of dealing with is that certain industry people that we've come to just know that come to events like this, they're taking a step back and saying, well, hang on, let me look at the numbers for the COVID spike where I am and where I'm going, and let me make sure that there's not a threat to me or my family from it, so nowadays people are more pragmatic at what they do.
Yeah, and it's pretty strict in Japan too, and I know that because we were hoping to fly my girlfriend's parents over here for like a day or two, but because of some COVID issues there, that's no longer a possibility.
Exactly. So I would expect that's probably what happened to Geki, because I know Geki also enjoyed PMC, and he also I'm almost positive he used to go to Lexington Comic Con.
Yeah.
I feel like he used to do that quite a bit. But yeah, he's a fan favorite as well. He's always there to all the big cons now in America. So for him to not be there, that just implies to me that he is a casualty of the COVID, I think, of like all the new rules and regulations going on.
Surprised that Camille Hyde showed up, because isn't she trying to distance herself from Power Rangers these days?
Did she really? I didn't know she went.
She was appearing on the Instagram.
Yeah, she actually did go to like at one point people were making like jokes about how like, oh, she's saying she was gonna go to the convention, but then turns out she didn't even like go. But it turns out she did show up to the convention, so it was like a weird back and forth thing. So
yeah,
but she did show up from what I heard.
Okay, that's good.
Well, yeah, I think
she's trying to distance stuff from Power Rangers is all.
I think with the kind of welcome that Ozawa, that's Marvelous's actor, inevitably received, he will probably want to come back.
Well, also, he's still very active in Sentai even today. I mean, he's
Yeah.
coming back again for a crossover with Dawn Brothers, I
Dawn
believe.
Brothers?
Yeah. Or is it Avatar? No, what's the one before it?
Zenkaiger?
Yeah.
Zenkaiger.
I think it's the crossover with Zenkaiser. He's coming back for it. But
Well, we'll
in
just have
either
to see.
case,
I think we can confidently say he'll come
Yeah.
back.
Marvel's never going away from the franchise now. He's basically the ZDF of Sentai, but he's much more
But better.
likable.
That's for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's get into the main the meat of this of the news, the main reason why we made this video. On top of it also being Power Morphicon Week, Hasbro, now this wasn't announced through Power Morphicon, it was announced, unlike what they did before, they would actually announce the new seasons at Power Morphicon, but apparently Hasbro did it through their own private channel, since they're apparently trying to do things different. But regardless, we have a new season announced for Power Rangers that will start after Dino Fury. And by the way, Dino Fury the second half of Dino Fury season 2 is set to come out a little bit later in this upcoming month of September 29th, I believe it was said that it's going to come out. But anyway, our new season that has been announced is Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. We do have a logo for it. It does appear as if it has the it actually appears to be pretty much exactly like Dino Fury, except they've, of course, replaced the word Cosmic Fury instead of Dino Fury. And it has, like, the dinosaur at the bottom of the logo.
Yeah.
Now, of course, with this news only being like a day or two old, we don't have many details.
It actually just broke like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's only been a day.
Ground Zero, like brand new. But it's still important that we mention something about it, just because this is a really big deal. There's a lot of things that we haven't seen happen in the franchise since Mighty Morphin, and they're pretty important to mention and highlight for those that are maybe not as into keeping up with the news of PR as the rest of us would be.
So, despite this season being called Cosmic Fury, we are getting the entire Dino Fury cast back. So we, at least the main 6 Rangers. So that means that even after Dino Fury wraps up, when Dino Fury ends, well, the adventures of Zato, Ollie, Amelia, Izzy, Javi, and Ion are not going to be over, because they're all going to be coming back for another season. Now it should be noted that Power Rangers did try to do this at one point. I actually pointed this out when I did an interview with Dan Southworth. They did try to do this with the Time Force cast, but by that point, Saban was kind of being a little strict that we only keep the cast around for one season. But apparently Hasbro has decided, screw that. We're going to bring back the cast again. So now, of course, nothing's been confirmed. Like, we don't know if it's going to be like, them still in the Dino Fury suits, and they're,
we do know a couple of things. I was reading an interview before this podcast began. I should have mentioned it beforehand.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's an interview out there. I'll put a link in the YouTube description and on the website.
Yep.
To an interview with the actors of Ollie and Ion, and they meant that the question was asked to them: will we be adapting another Sentai suit for the upcoming season, or we're gonna keep the Dino Fury, or we're gonna do something OG, like brand new, made up on our own? And while they didn't answer the question directly, it seemed hinted that we may get something brand new suit-wise, like something original. So this could be the beginning of what we've been hearing in the grapevine, that Power Rangers may not be adapting Sentai suits anymore, and they might start doing their own thing with their own connected universe and just kind of breaking the mold from what they've done for the last 30 years and doing it their way. So
My initial thought when I saw it was that I thought that they were. I mean, when it immediately comes to mind, like what Sentai they're going to do, I mean, you would probably think Q Ranger, since Cosmic Fury implies like a space theme, and Q Ranger is space themed. And I mean, technically, they could get away with doing Q Ranger because all 6 of the colors on Dino Fury are in Q Ranger, but then you would have to get like a bunch of other guys to come there. So I don't think they're going to do that. But
well, they could do that. That was another theory we had back like 2 months ago. There's talk of like having David Yost come back and reprise his role as a Ranger.
yeah,
So I mean, it could be that if they don't do original suits like we're thinking, then maybe they'll adapt the Kia Ranger suits and have the main 6, but then have auxiliary Rangers fill in the other slots like David Yost or I don't know. I'm kind of spitting the ball here of like who I'd want to see come back in those suits, but like Sierra Hanna, Jason Font,
Johnny and Bosch.
Johnny Young Boss. Like there's just so many actors who I think should come back. Carter, that's another one I think should come back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like there's just so many really big names, and especially if this is gonna be like the last part of the continuity of 30 years before we switch to the Hasbro meta universe, where it's basically a reboot of the entire franchise, then you want to have some of the key players back if we can get them.
Right.
That's my opinion anyway. I mean, that's what I would like to see. Is I would like to see some of the legacy Rangers, as they call the legendary Rangers, come back and take their roles and do something with it. I say Sierra Hanna not because I have
for
a
like
huge thing
one
for
last.
her, but because she needs character development.
Yes. One last ride, one final hurrah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, I fully expect like this season to be one where we get to maybe visit with past Ranger teams or something.
I'm really hoping they like go to different like Ranger-esque locations. Like say for instance, like they go to the planet Onyx, which is like the planet that's like the Western planet where it was featured in both in space and in Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to see.
Well, also like
or like Halo 35,
Aquitar, Triforia.
Yeah, Triforia.
I'd be down to see some of that. I'd be down to see a wormhole open up and they go into the Time Force timeline or like in future for the SPD time.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Explore Zordon's homeworld, Eltar.
Oh, if we can get like a Zordon, if we can get the Zordon like backstory that's in the comics in the season, holy god, that'd be great.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
That's a great story.
Definitely.
And I mean, look, I know we're doing a lot of spitballing here. We're doing a lot of like fan theories and what we'd like to see. And there's a chance we may not get any of this stuff, but it's still really fun to kind of think of, okay, this is going to be the end of what we know as like Rangers. And typically you want to do it kind of big. So how can we make it big?
Well, even if it doesn't like go as big, like I'm still pretty good with this cast coming back because I'm gonna be honest, like this cast, like the Dino Fury cast, is probably like okay.
Nathan, your mic kind of cut out a little bit there, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think that this Dino Fury cast is probably one of the better casts that we've had, like as far as chemistry is concerned. Like they're all just awesome. And honestly, like okay, I know that we said some bad things about Ion in our last Dino Fury video. But Jordan Fight is actually pretty cool because I ran into him when I went to Ranger Stop here in Atlanta, and he just walked up to me and started talking to me. So
What
it's
is
like,
y'all into Gold Rangers? Really?
I don't know, man.
Like, didn't y'all meet?
It's always the ones that like. It'd be the ones that like we don't really like all that much, except for I like Ivan though.
oh yeah.
Ivan's
Ivan was
cool.
great. Yeah, for those of you back home that don't know what we're talking about, so Anthony and I went to Power Morphicon in 2018, and we walked to a Morton Steakhouse to get dinner, and the guy who played the Gold Ninja Steel Ranger, what's the character's name? Levi.
Yeah.
Levi
yeah.
Weston, aka Brody's brother.
Yeah. He was eating there, and we had already seen him like hanging out in the hotel, and he decided to like come over to us and start eating, and we had dinner with them, and apparently later on, and the reason why we found out this is because something that happened later on. He actually went up to like hang out with some of the other actors in the hotel room and said that we were pretty awesome. And then the day that we were going back to the airport, who were we sharing a shuttle ride with? Davey Santos, the guy who played Ivan in Dino Charge, who is also a Gold Ranger. So, and now here I am telling a story of a Power Ranger actor just walking up to me while I'm in line to meet another actor, and he's just like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And it's Ion, and what color is Ion? Gold. So
Look, man, all you gotta do now is hang out with Austin St. John and whatever the.
I met him actually.
Yeah, I met him too. And then we would also have to meet John Tui, because technically Daggeron is gold.
Yeah.
And Mike Ginn, the guy who played Jim.
I would love to meet him.
Boom.
In RPM.
Mr. Boom Boom guy.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all have some good gold luck. I have none. I've met most of the OG cast though, like from Mighty Morphin at this point, and sometimes worse. But
by the way, when I met Jordan Fight, I was in line to talk with Hunter Dino, who plays Amelia. She was totally nice, by the way. I got her to do a shout out to Rizwan. Total sweetheart. Thank you, Hunter Dino. In the unlikely event that you're watching this video, Hunter Dino, I very much appreciate that.
I do too. It was a great video.
She's the best.
Yep. But to get back on topic before we do another tangent, this is big news for the franchise, not only because we're gonna have the same cast around, but this hasn't happened since Mighty Morphin. We haven't had 3 consecutive seasons with the same cast and the core group since Mighty Morphin. After Mighty Morphin, we had, Zeo and Turbo are part of the same continuity in space, but yeah, if we get to 6, then I'll say yeah, all the way through the Zordon era, we haven't had like that. But as of right now, the last time we've had 3 consecutive seasons was Mighty Morphin, and that's a huge thing because after that, the closest we ever got was Megaforce 2. I don't count the.
Does that really count though? Because
what?
Does that really count though? Because like it really shouldn't have been split up, but that's only because of Nickelodeon and their stupid like
I consider 2 different seasons because the shift in tone and the shift in the story kind of warrant it.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, see what
the rest of
Ninja Steel. Yeah, they had like their own like super mode or whatever, but it was all one story, so I consider those like one entry in the franchise. Same with Samurai.
Yeah, just stretched out just stretched
Right.
out for not for unnecessary reasons. But that's just
Well,
me
that's the
though.
Nickelodeon thing. The
Nickelodeon
Megaforce can
sucks.
actually support them doing it like that.
Yeah.
So that's the first time we get that since Mighty Morphin. And the thing I'm most excited about, not gonna lie, so to kind of back this train up a second, something that happened over the summer that we couldn't report on, just given life and stuff. But the next episode after part 1 of Dino Fury, I think it's episode 12 and 13, they aired in Mexico in Spanish. But Netflix didn't put them on the English stream at the same time like we would have hoped. Um, and in those episodes, we find out that Lord Zed, who we saw in season 1 of Dino Fury, is back, and he's doing stuff again. So my hope
Figured.
right now is that when we get the next drop of part 2, we see the Lord Zed episode, and he becomes a mainstay character that's kind of hangs out and does his own thing separate. And as the season goes on, and as they deal with Void Knight, he transitions to be the next villain, and he's the reason we get Cosmic Fury next season. And he'll be the main bad, is what I'm
That
hoping.
would be something.
Yeah, because I mean,
I also got some. Oh, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say that this would also be another first, because Lord Zed hasn't really been seen since Mighty Morphin. I mean, yeah, he was in cameos in Zeo, Turbo, and Space, but he wasn't really like the big bad. He was just kind of there as like a side character for comic relief. So it'd be really
Yeah.
cool to see him back. I am sad though that Robert Axelrod had to pass away before this could happen, because
I know.
I met him many moons ago at a little Louisiana convention called BayouCon, and I got a chance to interview him, and he was really fun to hang with and talk to. Sweetest little guy in the world. Unfortunate he passed away. Rest in peace. We're up there, my good friend. But um, yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird to see Zed in an extended role without Axelrod, but that's just how the thing is gonna be, I guess. You're gonna say
Yeah.
something, Anthony?
Oh, so I also heard this like crazy rumor about like they was be introducing like another Ranger at the end of Dino Fury. They hinted it was supposed to be a White Ranger, but they didn't specify which White Ranger it was. And there's two that come to mind when I'm thinking of White Ranger. One, it could be either Zenkaiser, because he's technically a White Ranger, or it could be Shishi Ranger's like super form, which is of course a White Ranger in that season.
What is CC
Q
Ranger?
Ranger. Shishi Ranger is the Red Lion Ranger from Q Ranger.
Okay.
No, Lucky.
Now, are we talking like a new suit? Or are we talking just a White Ranger? Because that opens up a door in my mind of saying maybe it's Alyssa Enrelli or JDF or one of the other past White Rangers.
Wasn't specified, but they said it was some White Ranger appears at the end of Dino Fury. I'm guessing this probably would going to lead into Cosmic Fury as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, because I mean, it could be a Legacy Ranger. So one thing I've been kind of thinking lately is that I see a lot more traction lately with the different cast doing reunions and get-togethers more frequently. Like for example, Wild Force is doing a reunion this year, I believe. They did something at PMC. They have plans to do something at Ranger Stop in Florida, like a big event. So it's not in the realm of possibility nowadays to say that, oh, maybe Rangers from, Wild Force or Time Force or one of the other seasons could like have characters come out of retirement and say, "Hey, I'm back for like a cameo or like a small role in a new season."
Yeah, because that's what they were trying to do with after Wild Force had ended before the whole thing with Disney was that Amit I can't pronounce this guy's name. Last name in my
Amit
life.
Bamick.
He was trying to do Amit Bamick. He was trying to do a new season where like some special rangers that were going to be like teaming up with like be mentored by I think the Phantom
Hexagon.
Ranger,
Dude, I
and
am
then
mad.
another team was.
I'm
Hmm?
so mad because I really wanted Hexagon to be a real thing.
Yes, and I was like, come on, man,
At
that should
some
have happened because
point,
we could have like they were gonna do this whole thing where like it's gonna be like different rangers from different like seasons, past seasons show up. They're gonna like go to Alphatar and like freaking KO 35. Even Miranoid was gonna be a thing
yeah.
in the show if it was gonna happen.
No,
Oh man,
at some point, my dear listeners out there, I will put together the time and create my own Hexagon video where it's just basically Rizwan ranting for like an hour and giving you guys like a in-depth analysis of how Hexagon could have been based on the notes, plus how Rizwan thinks that Hexagon still kind of happened without happening. I have a whole theory. So at some point we're going to talk about that, but
yeah.
yeah, that's just yeah, that could have been a thing, and it might be a thing for Cosmic Fury. I'm just kind of hoping right now, but you never know.
I mean, it's not really like as far as like character development wise, they don't really have to like develop the characters already because we already know what these characters are. So that's a
Yeah,
good thing. Focus more on the story instead of focusing on like what the Rangers like, you know, are going to be up to as far as like, you know, what their story is going to be about. It should just be more focusing more on story instead of just focusing on like, you know, some random episode about uh Amelia losing her cat or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that.
hey, her cat's a very important thing. Okay,
I'm just saying. That's just
I know, I know. But yeah, um, Cosmic Fury, I'm very excited for it. I'm also just really excited for Dino Fury Part 2 of Season 2 to drop. I wanted to drop today, honestly, but we can't get everything we want in the world.
Yeah.
I think,
Although based on some of
isn't
the
that?
episode
I think
descriptions
I
that I've
think that
seen, go ahead, Anthony. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I thought they said the episode's going to be dropped in September.
Yeah, it's like on the 28th or 29th or something of next month.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be watching them as soon as they drop.
Obviously.
Well,
I'm just curious how
anyway,
it's going to end because you know.
well, anyway, the point is that Power Rangers Cosmic Fury is coming, and just the way that it's set up with the Dino Fury cast coming back, things are going to be pretty interesting, and I don't know how they're going to go. Maybe maybe it might not work out as good as we think it is, but honestly, even if that's the case, I just have to applaud Hasbro for having more guts to do stuff differently than any other company that's owned Power Rangers before has.
The only thing I will say against Hasbro in this case, and this is a really small nitpick when you really look at what they're doing, I really wish they had made the announcement of Power Morphicon. rather than their own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to see the producer come out and talk about, like, him taking the helm again for next season with Cosmic Fury, and showing the logo and mentioning the cast is all coming back. But it'd been so much more impactful for the fans had they said, "Here is the cast for Cosmic Fury," and just brought the cast out, and everyone take them in and be like, "Wait, them again?" And lose their minds in person. I mean, how cool would that have been?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get they're more industry oriented. They're an industry titan. I mean, Hasbro is a household name. Everybody knows Hasbro. But if you're gonna take over a franchise as long as this one and sort of develop it further, then at least keep some of our traditions alive. Not all of them, but some of them. And I think this is one that we should have kept alive.
Well, Hasbro may not be perfect, but the
Better
good
than
stuff that they're
Saban
doing
Part
is just
2.
so damn good that I can't help it.
Yeah. It's still better than Neo Saban era. I'll give you that.
I mean, I would say that it's better than the Disney era too.
I think that's a neck to neck debate in my mind. Because when I think of Disney, I think of like Dino Thunder and SPD, which is really good stuff. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that we've hit that pinnacle of goodness just yet. They're on the way, but are they there yet? I don't think so.
Any other brief news that you guys?
Yeah, we'll just wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No other news for right now. Our next decade video is gonna be dropping fairly soon, like in a day or two. This will be probably dropping later tonight if I can get it out tonight. If not, it'll be out definitely by morning. So we'll have that out. Then probably in a week or two we'll have our crossover for Decade and Sinkinzer, and after that, Nathan can tell you what we're doing next because I have no idea.
We'll just be wrapping up Decade after the crossover, just because I think we all just want to say that we're done with that.
But Mom,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch more Decade.
Well, we gotta finish it.
Fine.
You gonna watch that game? You don't like it?
When I said that in my mind, all I could think was, I want McDonald's chicken nuggets. We had chicken nuggets at home. The chicken nuggets at home. But
Yeah, something your mom always says.
That's perfect.
But instead of that, I'm thinking I want to watch a good Toku, and Nathan's telling me, well, we have a good Toku to watch right now, and the Toku we're talking about is Decade.
Yeah, it's like,
No.
Mom, I want to watch. Mom, I want to watch Jetman. Honey, we have Jetman at home. Jetman at home this Decade.
Yeah, basically.
Ugh.
But yeah, that's the little roundup of videos that we're gonna have. And after we're done with Decade, we're gonna wrap up Shinkenger, and we'll definitely have Shinkenger done before the end of the year.
Well, I think are done by like end of September, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this somewhat focused discussion. Point is that we are looking forward to Cosmic Fury, and we will definitely do a video on Dino Fury Part 2. Whether we'll do it in between our Shinkenger videos or not, we'll figure that out. But we'll definitely get our opinions out on Dino Fury's second half of Season 2 done as soon as we can. Once we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will do another Toku News video whenever some major stuff drops. Probably we might do one if a new Kamen Rider title drops, although that might not be as big up our alley, but we will definitely do it when like ever a new Sentai title drops or if there's any other big news. But aside from that, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We hope you guys are looking forward to Cosmic Fury as much as we are. And we'll see you guys next time when we take a look at Kamen Rider Decade and then move forward with the Decade and Shinkenger crossover. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed, and check out Anime Secrets on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those social media pages. We once again thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you later. See you guys.